chapter 38, please give it to us, verse 1. The Bible talks about a man called Hezekiah. Are we together now? In those days, verse 1, please look up. Hezekiah was sick unto death. Everybody say unto death. That means that something was about to end in his life. And the Bible says Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz, came unto him and said, thus saith the Lord. Now when God is speaking, and I hope you know that Isaiah was not a fake prophet. Isaiah was a genuine prophet. Thus saith the Lord, set your house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. Who is speaking? God is speaking through a mouthpiece called Isaiah and saying, Hezekiah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you are not going to recover. You will die. And Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall and prayed unto the Lord. Let's see the contents of Hezekiah's prayer. Ready? And he said, everybody, remember now. Remember when? I remember my wrong this day. That's what the butler said. Remember now, O Lord, I beseech thee, how I have walked before you. Go to the archives and check. God of heaven, I know there is a verdict upon me now, but I place a demand on the mystery of remembrance. Remember that you are a just God. Righteousness and justice are the foundations. I've become a lawyer at the point of death. I need to plead a case, and I'm using the remembrance. It says, I have walked before you in truth and with a perfect heart, and I have done that which is good in your sight. Is it not written that if they obey and serve me, they will spend their years in prosperity? Is that true? Now, Isaiah is bringing before God. He's saying, Lord, I know you are God, but something is wrong with this verdict. I know that you can remember. There are archives, testaments of my uprightness before you. And I bring it before you. And I plead, although you are God, remember. Next verse. Then the word of the Lord came to Isaiah again. So the Bible is showing us how God remembers. Now watch this. He's praying. Remember the content of his prayer. Remember. The Bible is showing us how God remembers. That when God remembers a thing or a person, this is how he acts. Verse 4 again, please. Let's go back to verse 4 so that we understand what we are doing. Then the word of the Lord came to Isaiah saying, next verse, go and say to Hezekiah, thus saith the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard your prayer of remembrance. I have seen your tears. Behold, I will add to thy days 15 years. Verse 6. And I will deliver thee and this city out of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city. And then you will read on, he used the sun as a sign to go back 15 degrees so that he would know the certainty of the things that were spoken. Everybody say remembrance. If you knew Isaiah and Isaiah died, you say, oh dear, Hezekiah. Hezekiah, you have gone. But Hezekiah refused to die. And Hezekiah used remembrance to insist that, oh God, remember I have walked uprightly before you. And the Bible says God remembered, he turned his situation around.